Here, Flip Anything USA. It's Friday. Yep. And it can be Fake Guru Friday. It can be anything you want it to be. I thought I'd share a little bit today. I was bird dogging some properties here. I'm always looking for something. I had an idea for something, and I can show you this because I am not going to buy it. But I was seriously looking at buying it. I got a couple that I'm going to show you that I bird dogged and not buying. You only hear about the stuff. I only show you the stuff I'm bird dogging before I buy it if I'm not going to buy it. Otherwise, I only share stuff that I actually own. So, anyways, so this particular property today is it's actually a car wash, and here it is. This is it right here. And, I definitely don't want a car wash business, and that's not the intent. I was going to repurpose it. I'm not going to tell you what for, but that was the idea, was to repurpose this property. Now, unfortunately, because I like power, right? I'm looking for power. And so, of course, I look at the telephone pole for power. There's a telephone pole right there. And anyways, then I look at the breaker box and that sort of thing. And I'm going to take you through. I'm going to give you a little video here as I was walking through and breaking this down. Hey, Isaac, how you doing, buddy? And you guys can call in. The number here is right there. If you want to call in, any question you got, I'm happy to answer. Anyways, so this car wash is, you see car washes, some make it, some don't. They're actually a heavily vandalized business. I don't like the idea of stuff that can be vandalized. I don't even like, listen, I tell everybody all the time, I just want to own the four walls. I don't want to own the business. I just want to own the four walls. That's my business, is owning the property. But I had some ideas on this. I've actually seen a few car washes. I've seen them be repurposed. I've seen one turn into a Montessori school. I can show you that one too in a little bit. And there's other ideas I have that, there's just other opportunities. And so, this property in particular, look, it's got 4 lanes of traffic, 2 going each way. So that's a good thing. The other thing I like about this property is there's a bunch of apartments across the street. That's a big deal. The higher the density, the more money there is to be made. That's all an asset to retail, is the density around it. You can have the best looking store in the world, and if there aren't any customers nearby, you're going to go broke. And I've had some really cool properties where somebody else made a mistake and built them, but I couldn't even justify buying them back from the bank for a fraction of what they cost, because there just wasn't going to be any customers there. And the other good thing on this, it also intersects with basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like an 8 lane. So, right? So this is quite a nice, very, very busy boulevard here. It's like a freeway, really. 8 lanes, that's a freeway. And then you got, like, say, another 4 lanes here. That's the money when it comes to retail. So I'm going to take you in here. If you guys got any questions, have at it. But I'll bring over a snippet here. If you just got here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel. And it lets me know that you like what I'm showing you or not. Okay? And we'll be right back, and I'm going to start this video.
And listen, time is on a mission to eliminate all the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, so don't delay and join today. The mentorship and flip anything USA. Go.
It's the best thing I ever did. You got a good attitude. You ain't a little bitch. You ain't a little baby. You ain't cry baby. You ain't stupid baby. You ain't dumb. Yeah, I need my money. I got to buy a Rolex.
There's a fake guru. There's our fake Guru Friday portion right there. Grant Cardone. Anyways, so I'm going to show you this video, and I apologize. The video, for some reason, is not coming out so good, but it's what's in it that matters. It's a little bit bright. I don't know why it's so bright. It's fine on my screen, but a little bit suffering here for you guys. But there's good information here, and you'll kind of see. Hey, Grant, good to see you in here. So this is a car wash that I was considering buying. I actually went into contract, just almost went into contract, and then but I got to do my due diligence before we got to signatures, and I let it go. I never like to tie anything up, and I can tell you, if you want to keep your reputation as a valued buyer in any particular area that you're in, don't tie things up and let them go. Don't go into contract unless you sincerely think you're going to buy it, and jump out. And if you do get into something, get out as quick as you can so that poor seller can sell it to somebody else. So let's see, make sure the audio's good here. Let me know if you can or can't hear the audio, and I'll keep an eye on it here too. And so look, this is the car wash. So you got these. This is your main sewer main. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, that's what the water goes. That's the city that goes.
Okay, we just need to get a cap on it. That's all. It's just a clean out, right?
Yeah, clean out.
So we got a clean out here. We got, I mean, obviously this is going right to the sewer main, right here.
These two here, you can you open them up. Yeah, you can watch the water go down.
Okay,
It's funny here.
good deal. Can I get you to let me back in here one more time? You keep that thing going, if you would. So anyway, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bays. 6 bays, actually. 6 bays.
With the automatic.
And in here, we'll call this the mechanical room. This is where the water gets made hot and all the high pressure water for the various bays. And I guess that's a water softener. Is that what that is? So that your car doesn't, have a bunch of calcified deposits on it. And that's a water heater that does not work. And these compressors all work? No?
That one just needs. I'm not sure what's wrong with that one. That one we're supposed to be getting parts for. This
Got
one right here does
Oh, this one does the work?
this does the work.
Gotcha.
They work. I mean, it's just that one just needs the parts.
It's almost easier to go buy a new one over, right? Just go down and buy it. There's, what do they call it? Harbor Freight? So basically, this is one of the mechanical rooms that's within a car wash. They've got compressors. They've got high pressure pumps for the sprayers. And all that stuff is remote in this room. And it's behind a big heavy steel door because they do get ripped off. But there's water softeners in there, air compressors for blowing air, the breaker box that feeds the vacuums and that sort of thing. And so I was looking at this. Like I say, I've got zero interest in owning a car wash, and you'll know why by the end of this video. There's a lot of vandalism, a lot of theft. There's a lot of coin-operated machines you got to clean out, which I have no interest in doing. I've had some laundromats before in the past, and they've been fine. But so this is what we call the mechanical room within the car wash, and I'll share a few things as we go along.
Yeah, I think I got that one at Home Depot.
Yeah. Okay, and we said 250 amp panel?
225 amp
225 3-phase
Delta.
so you got 2 legs, so you can almost get effectively double if you need.
Well, yeah, we could
Right.
talk about that.
Yeah, okay. And it's a good box. It's a square D. So yeah, I guess we've seen enough on that. I bet you'll be glad to see this thing go. So in this situation, I'm actually dealing with the owner's father. This is not the owner. This is actually the owner's father that's walking me through, taking me in this. And he's like one of those old dads that is kind of, becomes the janitor on the property for the for the property owner. And nice guy, good guy. The guy was actually an engineer for a train. I said, well, that's every little boy's dream, right? To be an engineer of a train. When I was young, that was a big deal. And he actually is an engineer on a train, like an engineer. Anyways.
Take cash today.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And I might go someplace where the sun don't go on, man.
All right.
Not as that bad. It's just
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Well, this is interesting. Let's come on down here, son. So we got 1, 2, 3 vacuum stalls. There used to be some vacuum stalls there at one time, right?
I think the vacuums used to be here.
Oh, here. Oh, I see. So that's interesting too. Just so you know, I was interested in the fact that like I say, I have no interest in a car wash, but I do like the idea that this is 99% covered with concrete. In other words, every bit of it's usable for parking, for just about anything other use. And you could park cars, quite a few cars on this property. Even if I enclose that entire shop to be a building. And some of the things to look at here, look, none of these walls inside here, other than sheer, they're not really structural, these interior walls. So the walls could be knocked out. There could be a hallway put in, and you could put a number of offices in here if you wanted to make it a building. The power is of concern to me. This it does have, ideally you always want to have 3-phase. This has 3-phase, but it's limited 3-phase. It's got a high leg 220 and a single phase of 110. Ideally, you want 3 legs, 2 110s and the 220, because if you want to split it down and break it up, you can actually get about twice as much service out of it as you can otherwise. So it's not the ideal power situation, which was one of the reasons, to be honest, that was the final straw for me that killed the deal. But one of the things I want to show you is when you see those vacuum cleaners like above my head, what that means is that there's a whole network of plumbing for taking power to those things. If you wanted to upgrade it or pull more wire, you can pull it through. The chase is there under the slab. The other thing is, what's really nice about this is see the sewer? See that? You can't really see it. Well, you can. There you go. I'm actually standing on one, right? So you see those 2 lids. There's a sewer main going right through this thing. So if you had any heavy sewer needs, that's a big plus right there. And for one of the things I was considering, that would be quite interesting. So we've got 220 3-phase, not the ideal part because it doesn't have 3 full legs, doesn't have 2 110s and a 220, but nevertheless, it still has 110 and 220. Service was a little weak for me. Unfortunately, it takes quite a bit for the engineering, and unfortunately the cities just kill business before it can even happen by making it just so hard, to get a permit pulled. Before you can get a permit pulled, you got to go through engineering, get the blessing of the power company, which they're easy, but it just becomes more and more trouble. So anyways, let's keep watching. So we got 1, 2, 3 vacuum stalls. There used to be some vacuum stalls there at one time, right?
I think the vacuums used to be here.
Oh, here. Oh, I see. And what do you know about the property line? So this is interesting. It has an easement in the back for what? The survey is a little bit, which could be interesting. Could be useful. I think that's yours over there.
This corner, really, what I mow.
Yeah.
I mow to that fence, this little, I think that's telephone or whatever it is right here.
Yeah, usually.
I think we're all, this guy's right.
Yeah, the telephone line the poles usually are on the property.
Yeah.
So so if you look that way, son, the telephone pole, and now you come back and look through me, there's another pole right in line with us here.
Yeah, right through.
It was a good thing that I was actually here just to see you can see it's collecting water, right? And really, that's a function of maintenance. Do you see right here by my head? It actually has a canal to get out, but everything's just so sopped up with silt and dirt, and but a tractor, in a couple hours I can have that all dug out, and I can have that water directed to where it needs to go, which is out. Yeah, the telephone line usually, the poles usually are on the property.
Yeah.
So this is so if you look that way, son, the telephone pole, and now you come back and look through me, there's another pole right in line with us here.
Yeah, right through here. I mean.
Yeah, so what I was identifying was there's a little strip of land. Let me see if I can show you. No, there it is. Right here, that piece, that what I'm describing there is there's a line right here. So this little island right here where that tree is a part of the property. I'll just kind of align it on, yeah, about like that, straight up and down. If that was a line right there, that would be the property line right there, and then it intersects over this way. This is a non-exclusive easement, but also of good use. So we'll keep playing. And so back in here we got some property. It's just pretty rough and ugly.
Yeah.
It's a wash, basically. Yeah, it's a wash. There's a, geez. We'll have to cut a hole. That's the area that's kind of muddied up and silted up where the water should be draining
Oh,
off that parking lot. It's kind of the detention or retention pond. Yeah, it just needs a way to get over to here, it looks like. Maybe. But that looks like it might be plugged. Yeah. Wow. And then, what do you, I mean, you don't think this is any kind of official detention here, do you?
Everything from here runs into here. I don't know where it goes from there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I got you. It just doesn't look like it was a real official detention pond. Yeah, see, one of the good things about buying an older existing property is that it didn't have the requirements back then for water detention and for, there was more lax, and that's why you see more properties completely covered with concrete and asphalt, which is a plus. Because right now you need a much bigger piece of property to build the same amount as you used to, because in the old days you didn't have to worry about the detention, the storm drain, and take it down the street, and that was satisfactory, but not so anymore. So one of the reasons I really don't like building anymore. Maybe it was, I just meant when they built it.
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny, I don't know if Tracy told you, but he thinks he wired this when it was built.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I had my electrician there with me, and he says he actually wired that place like 20 years ago. Right? You wired this, right?
Huh?
You wired this for auto?
No, I wired it for myself, but it's like 25 years ago, probably.
Oh, wow.
I mean, how long y'all had the place? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was prior to y'all then. Yeah, it's been 20, 25 years ago.
Oh.
I've been doing this shit for 45 years now, Tom.
2, 3. So if you just got in here, I'm basically bird dogging a car wash. This is something I was looking at buying. I almost pulled the trigger on this, but I kind of ended it in the end because of the requirements for engineering on boosting the power up. But hey, if you just got here, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps the channel, and we'll push through here, and then I'll wrap it up. 4. Wow. Yeah. 2, 3. Let me double check that again. 1, 2, 4. Yeah. Only about 15 feet, I think.
Well, my wife, as soon as I turned 60, I quit.
Yeah.
I did.
Yo, you retired, huh?
Yep.
Nice.
It'll be 18 years this year.
So what's it like being an engineer? I mean, are you gone? Like a pilot's gone all for a week?
I was on, most of the time with my mom was on switch engines. But I worked out of, I worked out of Fort Worth, Dallas, or Arlington, Dallas, and Mesquite. And on switch engines.
So, just so you guys know, listen, I look at every opportunity to buy something as an opportunity to make a new friend, talk to somebody, learn about the area, learn about the property. And so anyways, so I'm having a little bit of a casual conversation. I also, I'm aware that when this guy goes away, he's going to tell his son, oh, yeah, I showed the property. and he's going to say Tom seemed like a pretty nice guy. He's not going to say he was a prick. You know what I mean? And so you really need to conduct yourself well when you talk to people. A lot of people make the mistake of being a little bit arrogant and or acting like the property's a piece of crap, and and like it's the wrong time. It's the wrong time to act like that if you're going to act like that. Not that it's ever particularly a great time. Let's keep watching.
But we would run from Dallas to Chickasha, Oklahoma, or Dallas to McAllister, Oklahoma.
And is there two
You just
pilots,
up and down.
two engineers?
Engineer and conductor.
Engineer, conductor.
Now, it used to be engineer, conductor, head brakeman, and rear brakeman, and one-time fireman.
Conductor's in the engine with you, or is he at the tail end?
We got the caboose.
So he's explaining to me
Oh,
about
is that right?
the engineers. I was asking, do you have a pilot, co-pilot? In the old days, they used to have a caboose at the end of the train. Now you don't even need a caboose.
There used to be two engineer, conductor, and two brakemen. Now there's just engineer and conductor. And there's nobody on that rear end. And they're running,
Can you guys hear him or not?
these trains that come through here might be 2 miles long.
Hey, son?
Damn long. I'm glad I ain't turned that.
Right.
But no, there's just 2 of them on the
But
head.
so when you go and, I mean, are you likely to stay in a hotel?
Yeah, well,
Every night?
You would go from, what do you want to go, like, I'd run from Fort Worth to Chickasha. We'd go up, and we might get in for 8 hours rest all right, thanks.
So that you,
But-
so
but-
how many nights in a hotel a week is?
Well, it depends. Depends on how much train, how much traffic they have. You might go up, you might go up and spend 8 hours, or a little more, come back, you'll be home at day.
And is that because you're coming into a spur, dropping something, hitting a spur, dropping something?
Well,
Or-
one time, yes.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
Nowadays, they're just mostly through freight.
Right. I just was trying to think about it like in terms of a pilot on a plane. You know, they kind of have their flights. They know they're going to be spending the night or not.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
go up, if we went from Fort Worth to Chickasha or Fort Worth to McAllister, you'd be up there at least 8 hours.
I got you.
Then you come back and you'd be home a day, you might be home 2 days, you might be home 8 hours. And go back again. It just depends on how much traffic was
Gotcha.
going. So when I hired out on the Milwaukee in Iowa, we'd run from Mason City, Iowa to Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
All right. So anyhow, but I'm listening to a lot of people like to share their history, and I actually don't mind hearing it. But I don't know if everybody here wants to hear it.
Well, and then little 4-cylinder head.
Is that right?
It was in there, and I don't want that. I got a tractor with a front end loader, so I come up and
Oh, I know. And I've been getting fined $1,000 a month on some of my properties for stuff being in the trash can that ain't supposed to be in there.
we get motors.
Yeah, it's become quite a scam for the waste
Yeah.
management companies.
Rims. Most of the time, if the tire's on a rim or something, you put it out there in a couple days it's gone.
Wow.
Somebody will take it.
Yeah.
But some of them tires are better than the ones I got on my truck. Seriously.
Right. Yeah.
Some of them in there.
Funny. Well, very good.
Yeah, everything's worn out on this property too, by the way. These things would barely hold a mat, the clamps. Like I said, I could care less about the car wash. I have no interest in using it as a car wash. If I buy it,
So,
all
do you
that's
know
going to be
how many of
history.
these things work, or do they work?
But I learned a
Does
lot.
anything work here? Oh. So, everything. I mean, so it's spraying water.
Actually, one of the things I learned on this car wash is they don't have a heavy power requirement, which unfortunately, like I say, if I want to turn that into a machine shop, right, it's a little bit light on power. It's actually not that bad for a small machine shop. It wouldn't be too bad, but it was lacking one leg of power. It didn't have true three-phase. It didn't have, it had a delta leg, the 220, and then a 110, not two 110s and a 220. The electricians out there know what I'm talking about. But it's got good bones, good, it's got a lot of concrete. I like that. The structure that is there, the brick. And one of the things I was going to share with you on this is, it doesn't have a bathroom, right? There's no bathroom. which kind of surprised me. I figured there'd be a place, I figured there'd be a commode within the property somewhere, but there was not. Wow. And let's see.
Right.
Because I could get tap the bastard phase with another phase.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about it now. This is what we're talking about, the bastard phase. Is what he said. Listen to this. This is important stuff.
Yeah.
That you essentially really only have 225 amp single phase purpose.
Right.
Because I could get tap the bastard phase with another phase.
Yeah.
And it would be legal. But then when it got into your people's food trailers, if they hit that high leg, it's going to burn everything up.
So, anyways, and the other little bit here, here's another 3 minutes. Let me share this with you as well. This is a food park. I was looking at buying. Not going to buy this, or not a food park. I got another food park I'm looking at, actually. But this is a car wash.
I had one of these wooden fortune telling machines. Like, you grab it and it was like, whatever, fortune, or you can keep running. A fortune had this fortune thing at a bar that I bought, and I just never thought much about it. And I had twin boys, and I told my boys, I said, hey, you guys can have all the money that's in this thing. And then a couple years went by, and then I sold the place, and I told the guys, hey, you can have the machine, but I got to come back and clean the coins out. I come back, over $1,200 in quarters in that thing. Yeah.
No, we try to keep them cleaned out every day.
Yeah.
Clean them out every morning.
So I don't know if you heard him say, we were talking about the coin vending. I was talking about I had a novelty machine in a bar that I bought that, like I said, I was surprised there was $1,200 in the thing. Half of that was probably there when I bought the building. But anyways, these you can look behind me here. You'll see that right there at the bottom. Oh, my head's in the way now. Right there at the bottom, you'll see right here, right there. That is basically a little vault where all the coins come down from this. And these things are in every stall. They sell rags, they sell soap, they sell different things. And then you got the coin slot itself for this is the money for the car wash itself. You can see under my chin here on the screen, that's where the money goes in. This is where they collect it. Well, unfortunately, thieves will come by there and they will beat the hell out of the stuff trying to get the coins out. I've owned laundromats where they flipped up the machines and beat them with a hammer and try to get in. Thieves can be pretty determined. But so that's one of the things we're talking about.
I told the guys, hey, you can have the machine, but I got to come back and clean the coins out. I come back, over $1,200 in quarters in that thing. Steel, of
Well,
course.
these, knock on wood, as they would try to drill them out. Gas tank one time.
Yeah.
So there was a food trailer on this property.
I don't think he's had any problems.
And
When is
When he opens,
one of the things that I measured off from where you can see my car behind my head, is there is plenty of room that, like when you have parking, and just something to consider so you guys know out there. Let me pull up the iPad. So when you have, in this case, you with the car wash, see, you've got this footprint here of the property. Here's the building. This has 6 bays. And this was like an auto, the kind you drive through. And then back here was another way to get in and out. And then these are the vacuums, right? Well, I could foresee in the future for a different use, if I converted this whole thing into a building, okay, put a roof on it, I would get rid of these, and so, and then I would put some parking stops, right, get rid of these, and, put some parking stops. And see, and remember, this is for egress, and ingress and egress. You've got a pathway through here. Well, there was more than adequate. You need about 60 if you're going to back up cars. Back to back like this. These are cars. I'm halfway drawn in here. Then you need about 60 feet, roughly. 60 feet from here to here. If you get too narrow, then what you end up having to do is you end up having to put slanted parking like this, right? And then it becomes one-way traffic going that way. But we didn't have any of that problem. It was going to be fine the way it is. So that was a plus on this. There was room to get quite a few cars parked if I wanted to convert that into a building.
I've never seen him open, so I don't know. I was wondering about it. What does he pay?
Huh?
What does he pay a month?
1,000.
1,000.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what I heard when we bought this place, and that was like 3 years ago.
So Miguel says he'd turn that into a tiny bar. It's not a bad idea. I don't know if it'd pencil exactly, but maybe. I mean, to be honest, it could actually be a laundromat. Because think about that. And I'm actually thinking out loud, but let's just take a look at that possibility, just so you know. Where am I going here? So look, let's just say we converted this into a laundromat. Well, look what you got. You got a bunch of apartments right here. Even if these apartments have a laundry facility, most of them have a laundry facility within the place. People like the idea, and look, I'm a kid from a trailer park. Me and my dad, we go down and we do our laundry at the laundromat. But it's because you can load, 10 machines at once, 10 dryers, and you can get in and out. A lot of mothers, have a big family. They want to go down there anyways. They don't even want to do it at home. They want to be able to just get all the laundry done at once. And the way you do that is having a bunch of machines at once. So, anyways, just thinking out loud on that point there. So, what do you guys think? Like I say, Miguel says he'd turn it into a bar. Hey, Jonathan, good to see you in there. Yeah. Oh, the car wash is rougher than shit, Richard. It's so terrible. It's really terrible.
But in the summertime, it's a guy that we used to work for, so he used to clean up and stuff. He'd come in the afternoon, this place was hopping. I mean, it was...
The food business, yeah. Well, very good. Well, I think I've seen all I need to see. Boy, so many different machines to clean out for quarters. Right? I said there's quite
But
a
look
few
at that. It's got a high
machines to clean
ceiling,
out
which is a good
for
thing.
quarters.
Oh, well, just two.
Oh.
That one and this one.
Oh, but what about?
Oh, these?
Oh, do they all run to the same place?
Oh, no, these don't.
These are independent.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So I did look at one more machine room down at the other end.
They were breaking into that room.
I think I do it here.
Machines, huh?
Well,
Probably.
we're trying to get
Oh, the
what he was after. He kind of told
thieves are nuts, man.
well, I shouldn't even say this, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
All right, so I'm going to take you to, this is the other portion of the, and so you got to remember, one of the things I'm thinking about is there room for a laundry, or not a laundry, but for a bathroom? And there is, although, like I say, you could put a laundromat there. Actually, putting a laundromat there wouldn't be a bad idea, but I'm not interested in the business. I'm interested in a rental. And if I can't turn it into something I can rent.
So if you ever wondered what was in one of these car washes, this is at the opposing end. And this, what do you call this room?
This is for the
I wonder what
automated
Ed
car
calls
wash,
it.
which basically has most of the
More
same
power,
stuff.
is it just all from that. So the main thing I'm concerned about is power. And we got 3-phase, which is very important to me. We got that covered, so that's a good thing. The other thing is I wanted to make sure we had a sewer. I assume there was a bathroom here, but there is no bathroom here. But apparently this waste water does go into the sewage system.
Yeah, so there is a sewer system there. So it would be a small matter to knock out a bathroom, put a bathroom in here. But so one of the things you want to look at if you're going to repurpose a property is you just got to make sure that it has all the infrastructure that you need. plumbing. This has plumbing running all different parts of the property. So I could have something, and conceivably I can take power out to different places. There's a sewer main running through there. There's also sewer everywhere in every one of those stalls. It has a tray in it, and I didn't realize that. I thought it went to storm, but apparently it goes into the sewer, according to him anyways. But there is a sewer main there, so I know I can add a bathroom. You know, having these things around you. You know, I made a couple $1 million on a piece of property, and one of the main reasons is that this 50 acres I had, it had a 24-inch sewer main, you know, running right through the middle of this property, and nobody seemed to know it but me. And I bought it, and I made a pile of money. And actually, one of my students actually did the same thing, following my lead. So anyways, which, by the way, if you just got here, again, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I got a book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. Been a bestseller on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. You know, grab a copy, and like I say, you can get it. You know, you can have it tomorrow if you order it, and you can start reading it on your Kindle if you have one of those. Anyways, what else? Any questions anybody got on this? Miguel, I've owned a bar. I'm not sure I would ever do that again. It was like living in the Jerry Springer show. Definitely not what I want to do.
Stay on for a couple of years, is that correct?
Oh, yeah. So I was joking, the old guy there, tell him that if I buy it, you know, the part of the deal is you got to stay on for a couple of years.
So Elliot said you'd be willing to stay on for a couple of years, is that correct?
All right. So, anyways, so what's going on? What do you think, Richard? I haven't seen Richard Lloyd in here in a long time. Is the car wash for sale? No, yeah. No, it's for sale. Yeah. It's just, you know what? It's great. It's, you know, it's like anything. It's going to go to hell if you don't manage it, watch it. And, you know, you can tell that the ownership, it's the wrong fit. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what, if you own a bar, by the way, if you own a bar or a restaurant, I mean, you're going to get robbed by everybody. The people that sell to you, the people that work for you, the people in the bar. I'm not saying everybody's a thief, but there's a lot of people that are. And so you got to watch it, right? Because people pour triples for $5 tips. And where I'm going with this is, if you can't be on site all the time, that's why, you know, you go to a liquor store. A lot of the Indian folks have liquor stores. And, man, and the guy that owns it is planted where? Behind the cash register. Okay, and he's next to the door. He's making sure his booze isn't going out and that his cash ain't leaving the drawer. But that's the kind of commitment it takes for even a car wash. You know, it just takes, you got to watch it. And then the vandals and everything else. You know, you don't take care of your lights, don't keep it lit up. You're inviting thieves to come in and rob you. Larry, this property was for sale. It was on LoopNet. I found it on LoopNet. And there's actually 2 car washes for sale, and they sold the one, and this was the other one. And again, I'm not crazy about car wash stuff. I mean, I would repurpose it for another purpose, for another building. In fact, I'll show you guys something. You guys are getting gold here, so I'm going to show you this. And so I'm going to take you over where I own a property. Now, I own that strip center, this retail center you see here. But down the street from me is a car wash. Take a look. Look familiar, right? See it? Vacuums in the back, right? Vacuum your stuff. Drive in. Got the stalls for washing your car. But now watch what happens. And take a look here. Oh, it's been updated some. So, car wash, right? Drive in, drive through, get your car washed through here, and then park in here and vacuum out your cars. But that's not what it is. It's been repurposed. Let me see here. How do I get this on the... Give me 1 second here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Here we go. So watch this. And there you go. Now it's a Montessori school. See what they did? familiar? There's a stall, there's a stall, there's a stall, there's a stall. And over here where the office is, or part of the office is, this used to be the automated car wash where you drive through and it would automatically wash your car. And then again, we'll go back up in the sky. And back here, it used to be like you saw in the other car wash I just showed you. But see, what this lends itself to do is, you know, you got a building here, you can turn this into a building. You know, if you got enough parking for the square footage of what you got here, which these are probably 2,000, 2,400 square, maybe there's not 3,000. Let's just say there was 3,000. You need 12 parking spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can get another 6 back here. So if you get another 6 parking spots back here, you would have adequate parking for this structure, whether it be an office or retail. And anyways, and like I say, the economies of scale, keeping your properties, that doesn't fall. You know, I already own this building. You know, I bought this place. I paid $2.1 million. It's worth like $4.2 million. The place next to me sold for $4.2 million of the same size. And I also own a lot of other properties out here. I have a property here, and a pretty big building. And then I got another one around here too. Yeah, over here I've got this one. Here's like this one I was showing you yesterday on the fighting the property taxes. That's this building right here. If you get a chance, watch that video I did yesterday on fighting property taxes. It's a good one. Car washes have exploded our town over the past 2 years. About 6 built. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that because I see them going out of business. But a lot of people hype franchises of different types and car washes. My father actually got robbed by these guys that misrepresented themselves, and they took $20,000 from my parents back in the 80s. Encino Elite Car Wash. If you know who's connected with that, let me know. I'll be happy to sue them. Okay? I go after them for what they did to my dad 35, 40 years ago. Anyways, got a long memory here. So what do you guys think? What's on your minds? It is Fake Guru Friday. I guess we go look at some guru stuff, watch somebody. I'm gonna be making pizzas tonight, so I can't spend too much time. But somebody speak up here. Somebody call in. You can call in, by the way. And when I got a call in, let's see, where's the call in number? Yeah, if anybody wants to call in, there's a call in number, and we can talk about anything. Also, by the way, class mentorship, 10 a.m. tomorrow. See you guys there tomorrow. Those of you in the class, and I'm sure it's always an awesome class. Which, by the way, if you just got here, I have a mentorship. I've probably got the most successful mentorship of anybody on the internet regarding real estate. I have this gentleman here just made over $2 million, and I've got several millionaires in my class already in just the short time that I've been doing it, and people that have made hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, and like I said, even millions of dollars now. And so just think about how quickly your life can change. And go watch all these. Go to FlipAnythingUSA.com. But the place to get started is right here, up at the top here. You got the mentoring survey, mentorship survey. Click on that, or click on webinar, and you just go there, and there's a form, just a very quick little form to fill out. And of course, not everybody gets in that wants to be in, but I'm happy to help anybody and everyone that calls up or takes time to fill out the form. I know it's not easy to make money if you don't know what you're doing. It actually is not very hard to make money if you do know what you're doing, or if you have somebody that's got your back, and that's kind of what I do, try to get everybody's back and help them make good decisions and not make a big mistake that'll haunt them forever. Jake wrote, it would be cool to hear more about your last flips. I remember you showing a bunch of them in the webinar. Yeah. Well, get in the webinar. That's where you see that stuff, is when you go in the webinar. That's where I share more. So like Jake says, I show a lot of property and mini flips and of all types, land and houses and buildings. And, that's why I call it flip anything. I even flipped a fire truck. I flipped all kinds of merchandise before I got into real estate, but real estate's the money. Real estate's the big money. And I just hope everybody can enjoy it like I have. You know, I got my son, he's learning now. And, you know, it's just a big, you know, and that's the other thing, you know, you men out there and women too, you know, you learn how to make money like this. It'll change your life in a way so dramatic you can't imagine. But then you got to pass it on to your kids. You got to pass it on to your kids. Ain't nothing better than that. Anyways, so hey, I appreciate everybody hanging out, and always fun. And please fill out the mentorship survey and the webinar, and you can have a call with me. Anyways, I'm not even taking new students, by the way. I'm talking to students, but I'm not accepting anybody new until mid-February. Middle of February, so right now you can't even get in, but you should try to get in now to get accepted to be in for then, because you know it's not something I let everybody into, and it takes time for me to vet everyone. I got to talk to anybody and everybody before I let them in. There's no salesman. It's not like just fill out a form and write a check. That doesn't get you in with me. I don't care about your money. I care about your brain. If you don't have a good brain, I don't want you. So, anyways, hey, everybody, thanks again, and we'll hope to see you soon. You want to learn how to make millions of dollars in real estate? I've made tens of millions over my lifetime, and I'm showing people how to do it. Get in my free webinar. I have it every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. Go to the link below, FlipAnythingUSA.com/webinar. Sign up for it. You can talk to me face-to-face if you want. Don't waste any time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You don't want to miss my channel. I've been doing it for years.